Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome. This is technically a Big Glasses chat, although I have zero preparation done. Don't usually. But I was going to talk about family in this video, but I don't typically because it's weird. It's unnecessary and it's a personal soap opera and that's it. And I was annoyed because they have chosen to involve me in a situation that I have no part of. And the only reason that they're doing it is I live far away. I don't live near them, and everybody else in the family lives close by, and so they use me as a means of validation for their own silly arguments. And I think that their argument that they're having is very silly and unnecessary. But I'm just going to have to deal with it, and I don't really feel like airing it anymore because I was trying to talk about it in like previous videos that I started here just now, and I was just like, it doesn't feel good to talk about. I don't need to. So instead, we're gonna find something else to talk about. I just got back from a 2-week stint at the hotel, and I didn't make a Big Glasses chat there, although I could have. Sorry. Snap. It's unseasonably warm right now, so it just happens. So I didn't make one there. I don't really have any particular advice right now. My life is going very well. I am enjoying my own personal life. I live in a fantasy world, if that makes sense to you. I don't experience ads generally. I don't experience the outside world unless like it's deliberate in my life. So I live in my own world, and I go to work and stuff, but that's even very encapsulated, self-contained. And so I don't experience anything outside of the world unless I let it in. And I try to keep up with politics and to a certain extent because probably on the cusp of war. We can admit that. That's fine. That makes sense. Country is going, I mean, every generation says this country is going terribly. It's just going to hell and we're just never going to save it. But we're like $36 trillion in debt. That seems excessive to me, and it seems like that's something that we're not going to escape. But I digress. So, yeah, I live in a fantasy world, and anytime something jars me out of it, it's a little frustrating. It's just really annoying because it's like, no, 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 no. I've dedicated my whole life to not being a part of this. Please don't involve me. That's not cool, you know? Like, so I've never seen like most popular movies of the day. I try to keep up with like pop top 40 and stuff just sometimes, but even that's difficult to stomach. So yeah, I call myself a tourist of life. I love to just take pictures of inane things, and the things that I see in my life are enjoyable to me, and I'm having a great time as long as I stay in the boundaries of my own making. So the family situation is difficult because I have spent so much time trying to stay out of that stuff, and like it doesn't, like I stay in contact with my family because they need me around. They need my the way that I present myself to them, which is different than I present myself to the rest of the world. But when I was younger, they didn't validate any of my feelings or anything like that. They just ignored me, and I was in many ways neglected. And so I determined, especially in like high school, middle school, high school, I was like, I'm not going to show my emotions to these people because they don't deserve it. And Hi. Um, they don't deserve it, and it is what it is. So when they talk to me, they get an extremely emotionless blank slate. And I think they enjoy that because it allows me to be very analytical with them and to kind of work through things. So I guess it's good. But when they tell me things and they're crying and stuff, I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear it. Fucking stop. Stop. Fucking cat. Um, so it's something that it's something that I don't think I struggle with. I've made peace with it and stuff, but they they're trying to involve me in this situation, and I'm mentally preparing myself to when I have to say, I don't want to be involved. Please don't use me as a pawn in this situation because it's only going to make things worse. Because I did live with my grandma, and my brother is comparing his time to my time there, which is very different. I didn't bring tons of animals into the house. I didn't rearrange her house to suit my own needs. I lived there and I tried to be courteous, and I tried to make sure that I did things for her as much as I could to help benefit her life. And then I moved out and I started my own life, but my brother, he felt like, oh my god, this cat is just destroying my plant. Bill, stop. Hey, Bill, stop. um I just he's it's whatever, but he's trying to compare my time to his time and saying that she always liked him better, to which she made no secret that, did I say that wrong? She liked me better. She made no effort to conceal the fact that she did favor me, which is really embarrassing, and it's made my family not like me as much because of that, because they see how she treats me and it's different, and I don't generally appreciate it. It comes with benefits, of course. It's very beneficial to have someone like you most, but it doesn't help me. It doesn't help. So things are difficult there, but personally it doesn't affect me. They're far away, and they have no bearing over my life. So as much as it sucks to not have a typical support system, I have learned how to function around that. I've learned how to just live my own life, and when I interact with them, I just let them do what they need to do, and I don't let it affect me, and then I just move on and I laugh about it because it's funny. Ow. It's because here's my piece of advice. So, in my experience, life is either a comedy or a tragedy, and most of my life has been with my family has been a tragedy. Jesus Christ, a tragedy. And I just don't want it to be anymore. And I know that it's going to be that way for the rest of their lives. They have made no choices that will further them. They have made unfortunate choices, and they've been dealt unfortunate hands. But part of it is that they also make unfortunate decisions. That's part of it, and it's just how it is. It's just difficult when they drag me down into it. But my point is that life is either a comedy or a tragedy, and you can decide how you want to take things. You can decide to laugh. You can decide to treat this tragedy as a comedy and get some enjoyment, like personal enjoyment. Like, you're not laughing at the situation so much as just You you can't do anything else. Either you can be sad about this tragedy that's happening in front of you, or you can laugh about it and you can not let it affect you. And you can enjoy your life, and it's okay. You don't have to, especially if they did not treat you very nicely when you were a child, which is when they should have treated you the best that they possibly could have. But when they didn't, it's okay to just let them go. Just let them do what they want to do, and don't let it affect you like that anymore. Just stop. Just don't let it, because it's not worth your tears. It's not worth your sadness. And it's been a long time for me, and I've struggled a lot with them. But at this point, it's okay. It's okay, and I don't let them affect me that way anymore. And I just let the situation wash over me, get my enjoyment out of what I can, and I feel sad about the rest. Like, I'm sorry that that's happening, but I can't take it personally anymore. I just can't. It's not worth it to me. So I guess in a way, me talking about not talking about my family has become talking about my family, but it's not about the specific instances of what has happened. It's just, I don't know. My cousins, my grandparents, basically went no contact with them for years, and I don't know why, and it's whatever. It's whatever. But then they started having contact with them again, but at that point I had no relationship with them, and so we're not close. And now they all have children, and I'm not a part of their lives. And my brother is apparently looking to have kids with his girlfriend, and I doubt they want me to be a part of their life. And so I will just live separately, and if they want me to interact, then that's okay. But I'm not going to step in. I'm not going to try to be somewhere where I am not wanted, because I've been that before, that's for sure. I've definitely been in situations where I have not been wanted there. And I have done that too many times, and I can't do that anymore. I am enjoying my life too much at this point to be in situations that people don't want me in. I have experienced that to death, and I'm done with that, and I just let go of all of it. So I guess that's my big glasses chat, is just, you don't have to let your family ruin your life. You just don't. You can know them, and I know them, and it's fine if they want to call me, and I'll call them occasionally, but it's not what most people seem to have, and I've accepted that. But it's a little bit of a lonely life, if I'm being honest, because they could be there for me. They could be, but they aren't. They are there in the sense that they hear what I'm saying. Do they listen? No. My grandma especially. She hears what I'm saying, and she just, well, anyways. That kind of thing. So it's okay. It's okay. It's not me convincing myself that it's okay. I have accepted it at this point. But I don't know what's in store for what's coming up next. And it sounds like it's going to be majorly divisive, and it sounds like it's going to rip my family apart for good. Like, there's not many of them left. There's just a few of them left, and they are tearing themselves apart, and I'm not going to be there to try to piece it back together. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. All right. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.